Hey everyone. Where do we begin today? We could start with these three, but things run a little bit deeper than this, don't they? Here we go.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to another live post-game show. I really don't know where to begin other than to let you know that Kev was scheduled not to be on this show. I don't think he's ducking out of this one, just so you know he's working. So you will hear from Kevin on our Monday Madness show, where we'll also have Dan Potts and Harry Symeou on as well. Salute you, squaddies. Thank you so much for joining me after what has been an absolute dumpster fire of a match. Started off quite well, didn't we? I say that loosely. Had a chance, our only chance of the game. One chance, one shot on target to Manchester City's 25. Yeah, I mean, hi everyone. Let me just say first, good to hear your voice. I'm not sure if it's going to be today. I don't even think I have the energy to rant. It's just, I don't know if you guys heard a post-game piece I did on Lee Judge's channel last week. And I talked about the toxicity over the years, that Arsenal need football rehab. We had the breakdown under Arteta, under Wenger, the meltdown during Emery's last few months, and under Arteta, this is officially rock bottom. But the question is, who is going to have the balls to take the 12 necessary steps and beyond to rehab Arsenal Football Club? Because I tell you something, you guys, it's just, I don't mind losing to the champions of England, all right? I don't like losing, but when we all knew we weren't going to win this game. It's the manner in which we're losing these games. It's okay to go and put in a performance against a West Brom team that had 6 players making their debut. But it's the Premier League where we're going to be judged. We're not going to be judged in the League Cup. We're going to be judged in the Premier League. We are in serious trouble. Serious trouble. I asked a question on Twitter, a genuine question. Are there 17 teams better than us? Are there 3 teams worse than us this season? It's the international break now. This is the time where clubs, proper clubs, make a move. This is the time where clubs make changes with management. And people keep saying, okay, Soph, if he goes, who's going to come in? Well, I don't know. Let Mertesacker just manage the team maybe for a few weeks and figure it out. It can't get any worse than this, can it? I actually feel lost for words. And I am rarely lost for words. 18% possession. 18. Once again, he has broken another record for all the wrong reasons. Now let's get one thing straight, and thanks to all 300 of you who have tuned in. Let it all out. Let it out in chat. I'll put up as many of your comments. We'll talk about it as we go along here. 18%. That is insane that an Arsenal football team can play that poorly. Also, people keep saying, well, Chambers is crap, Holding is crap, El Neni's crap, Kolasinac is crap. He picks the team. He picks the team. The Cronkies don't pick. Look, forget them. We know what they're about. There's nothing we can do to change the fact that the Cronkies own this football club. It is out of the fans' hands. He picks the team. Mikel Arteta picks the team. Are you telling me that we would have been worse off if Tavares played today over Kolasinac or even over Cedric on the right? Are you telling me that after Lokonga has been our best player so far this season, you bench him? You kill the kid's spirit and bench him? Was he not a better option today? And you stick with Xhaka. You offered him a new contract. You gave him more money. You said that 2 weeks ago, Mr. Mikel Arteta, you said that he was the perfect example of what an Arsenal player should stand for. I don't remember his words exactly. You see how I said I'm not going to rant? Now I can't because I'm just like, ah. You gave Xhaka a new contract. You gave El Neni a new contract. You gave Holding a new contract. You did this. You chose the team. You picked the formation. The fans deserve better. And God bless every single one of those fans who went to that game today. Unbelievable. But you know what? Also, cheering a fourth goal by Man City, that is embarrassing. Don't do that. We're taking the piss out of ourselves now. That's how embarrassing it is. Now, people will say, well, he didn't have a choice. It's either Kolasinac or Mari or whatever. You know what? West Brom played their under-23s. Fans would rather lose with players who are fighting for that shirt than the players that you know and you've seen year after year after year have complete apathy towards playing for this club. Xhaka was flirting with Mourinho all summer on Instagram, talked about how life in Rome would be beautiful. You rewarded him. You can't sell Kolasinac. He hasn't played a first team game in 11 months in the league. This is craziness. It smacks of pure desperation. What is he doing? I've tried to be really positive, you guys, on this show. I wanted to start the season with an air of positivity, to give it all a chance. And please don't say we don't... I screamed at the TV because the commentators like, well, it's hard for them. They have so many players missing. Martinelli, Lacazette, Xhaka, Aubameyang, ESR, Odegaard, Saka, Leno, all available today. You've seen Pepe play last season, you've seen Gabriel play last season, and you've seen Partey play last season under this manager. Same results in the league, no different. Now, you could argue, yes, well, maybe it would be better with the new signings. You've seen those players play under him last season. You've seen him break all the records for the wrong reasons. The one player we still don't know how he's going to be is Ben White. So don't come at me and say, we're missing so many players. This is not the first time we're seeing this. It's like one of those really bad horror movie franchises. The first one's really good and you get into it. Arteta, we have a good game, we really get into it. Everyone says Aubameyang's back after the West Brom thing. But then you see another game, just like those horror movies. They spit them out and they're all garbage after the first one. You gave Xhaka the captain's armband as well when Aubameyang wasn't playing. You, Arteta, made those choices. You're standing on the sideline, yelling at the screen, looking absolutely clueless Our team folds like cheap lawn chairs when we go 1-0 down. It is unbelievable. Why? He's micromanaged this team down to a T where they're afraid to play. We're making Tierney look like garbage this season. It is unbelievable. I don't want to hear from him after the game. Don't even put up his quotes. Okay? He should not speak at all after this game. He should just keep his mouth shut. This is our football club. This is the Arsenal. We are bottom of the league, 0 points from 3 games with 0 goals. Can you believe this? 0 points, 0 goals. We almost scored, and why? It was almost a deflection because Ederson screwed up and Smith Rowe nearly scored. I don't know what he's doing there. And I tell you, the people who are around him, that coaching staff, get rid of them. Get rid of them too. They're clueless. They have no idea what they're doing. He pats Xhaka after getting sent off. Listen to what I'm saying to you. He pats Xhaka after making a ridiculous challenge. I'm sorry. Yes, he won the ball, but you got to be a bit smarter in modern day football in how you go in and win that ball. His studs were up. Most referees are going to give that. He pats him on the back. Pepe, a young player younger, who got sent off last season, he ridiculed him in a press conference, scolded him. He never played for a while. Ceballos gets sent off, makes stupid mistakes in Europa League, and he backs him. This manager's inconsistency in his man management of the team has killed other players. Killed them. Are you telling me, guys, let's talk about this. And I'm sorry, I'm seeing your comments. I'm going to try and put up as many as I can. Can't wait to see what that halftime team talk looked like on that documentary. But let's answer me this. Saliba. I'm sorry, guys. We got to talk about this stuff. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, let's not go. No, we have to go there now. Are you telling me that Saliba is worse than Holding and Chambers and Kolasinac and all these other guys? Are you serious? Like I said, I've tried to look on the bright side with him and say, you know what? Let's give him the season. I'm not doing it anymore. No. I was hard on him last season and I, like many people, knew it. He ostracizes Saliba. Is it really a footballing reason? This guy's ego is so out of whack. Yeah, Sir Alex Ferguson had an ego. George Graham had an ego. Arsene Wenger had an ego. Klopp has an ego. Pep has an ego. Conte, Simeone. But you know what? They back it up. They know how to lead men. And people want to talk about children in our team, young players. Arteta's the child. He can't handle men. Guendouzi, okay, he's a punk, all right? We all agree on that. But you can't take a player like that who misstepped greatly against Brighton, embarrassed himself and the club at the same time, but you ostracize him and send him away. Meanwhile, Xhaka throws his shirt and tells fans to fuck off. There, I swore, not meant to do that. And you reward him with a new contract and more money. Are you telling me that Mavropanos isn't better than these guys at the back? Are you telling me that you couldn't even sit down Torreira and say to him, look, I know you want to leave, but just give me a year. Give me another year. Are you telling me Torreira is worse than El Neni? Look what he's done. All these players. Joe Willock. David Hillier on this show told us that, Joe Willock is a bit cocky. He can't deal with cocky players. What modern day footballer isn't cocky? A large portion of them are. He is so immature, Arteta, when it comes to these things. Footballers are tough to manage. They've got egos. They've got arrogance. And he doesn't know how to deal with any of them. I'm not saying we should reward petulant players. I'm not saying we should reward bad behaviour. But look how Solskjaer dealt with Greenwood. Off the field issues, come back firing. Over the summer, Solskjaer says he became a man this summer. Sterling. And people will say Arteta's helped him. Yeah, because he's a better coach than he is a manager. He cannot manage players. He cannot manage a game. And you know what? I don't want to hear Pep defending him. I'd defend my mate too. It's ridiculous. These things, this behaviour, it's not just City, is the City game. It's not just the Chelsea game. It's not just Brentford. We've seen this pattern over and over and over. A team doesn't fight for him when we concede, when we go down. It was embarrassing. At least show some grit and determination, but not two-footed tackles, Xhaka, where you're going to get sent off and put your team in a hole like that. What an idiot. He did that at Chelsea and got away with it because the player was so far away from him. Shock horror. I feel so bad for Odegaard. I feel bad. I'm so happy Saka got subbed at halftime. He should not have to go through this. Poor ESR out there chasing shadows. How much more of this are the owners going to sit back and watch? I tell you, if will they give him the Norwich game? Can you imagine losing to Norwich? We were 2-0 down, thank you very much, in 11 minutes. That's how ugly it got. It was like the old school Wenger bad teams and towards the end with Unai Emery. And you know what that means. I honestly am beyond what we've talked about and what we've said. And, you know, if Kevin was here, he may be talking about it's the players, it's the players. I don't know. We'll see on Monday. But in our WhatsApp group, he was definitely talking about how unacceptable all of this is. I asked you a crazy, crazy question last week. Crazy question. And I'm not saying we should do this, you guys. I said, would you bring Wenger back for the rest of the season just to help out? I don't know if that would even boost morale right now or kill people right now. Who are you going to bring in? Who would we bring in? Right now, I would take anyone who has some type of managerial experience to come in and help. He changed the tactics today, but the personnel that he chose. How do you leave Lokonga on the bench when he's been our best player so far this season? He kills players' spirits. He's a spirit killer. No motivation whatsoever. And a couple people on this show in the past have killed me for talking about you don't need to be motivated. Really? Have you seen these players? They don't need to be motivated. Tim Howard was talking about, well, I hope he instills some morale in the dressing room at halftime. He thinks he knows best. He's trying to put square pegs in round holes. And, you know, the losses we've had so far this season, they are all on him. And it just so happens we also have shit players. There are shit players playing on other teams that play well because of the manager. I'm not overreacting. You know what? Maybe you're underreacting, David. If people can't see what's happening here, look at the league table. Look where we've been with him, under him for 19 months. 2 8th place finishes. He's had 3 2.5 transfer windows to fix this. The team is a mirror image of the manager. I've said it on the show many times. A team takes on the manager's personality characteristics. Simeone instilled that at Atletico, Conte at Juventus, Conte at Chelsea, Klopp at Liverpool, Dortmund, Tuchel at Dortmund, Tuchel at Chelsea. Even Solskjaer is instilling whatever he is. He got Manchester United to finish second last season. We are an image of him. Look where West Ham are in the league. Look how they've evolved over Moyes. He was absolutely ripped. Everyone wanted him out. They wanted the owners out. But somehow they've all come together. He's come together. And I'm not saying they're going to have an amazing season and win the league, but their evolution, they've evolved. They've evolved. We are not evolving. We're regressing. And it's been happening for a while. And you know what? When you have a plant, you don't water it, it dies. Arsenal Football Club are dying a slow death, and people are just sitting around and watching. And who's paying the price? The fans. Let me get to some of your comments here, guys. The first 2 seasons under Ole, right? He was in 14th and he got them to a final. He didn't win his final. He got them to second. That's not happening here. We don't have that type of talent and we don't have that type of backing. It's a mess all the way around. 17 years and it's still going on. I know I should buy plants. I'll buy plants that are plastic. Good one, David. Just like our team. Or owners, plastic. Jeez. Imagine owning a business, right? Imagine owning a business and running it like this. Imagine that. It's crazy, right? Lots of comments about the club is dead. 563 of you in live chat. You know what? I don't even have the energy to say hit the like button because that's not what it's about today. If you feel like it, do it, but I'm not gonna. No. Ozil's trolling us on Twitter. What's he saying? Jesus. Thanks, David. I was about to give you a red card earlier. But you know who gets a red card today? Mikel Arteta gets a red card. As do Chambers, Kolasinac, Holding, Xhaka. We already got one. Has anyone gotten 2 red cards in one match? Leno's positioning. I felt bad for Aubameyang today. Poor guy. And you know how hard I've been on Aubameyang. Didn't get a sniff. One chance. How long are we going to hold on to Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe playing like this, running a team like this? This is the worst Arsenal team I've ever seen in my lifetime. And you know what? I don't want people from the early 80s saying, it was much worse than this. This is garbage. Breaking all the records for the wrong reasons. Here we go. Amir, the owner's wife is a Walmart heiress. He doesn't know how to run a business. He lives off his wife. Well, he's pretty well. I mean, yeah. But, you know, he's done pretty well for himself too. Thanks, Taib. Let's see what we got here. Sophie, my friend just saw Ozil in Helsinki 2 days ago and said he made 1 sprint in a game. You know what? This is ridiculous. I'm not sure your Yogi Love is. I like him. But I don't know if he's like built to do the club thing. Robert, you're right. It has never been worse than this. Rocky, I wish our team was like Rocky 6709. We are a joke from top to bottom. You know what? If this was Unai Emery right now, can you imagine? Can you imagine what fans would be saying? Can you imagine how he would be ripped to absolute shreds? If this was any other, well, not even a top 6 side, I say that loosely. If this was any other top team, do you think this manager lasts the night? And now everyone's going to go off on an international break. You know, I mean, we're sending Aziz on loan, which is a good thing, but I'm not being funny. He could probably do his loan at Arsenal. He'd learn a lot about how to overcome adversity. It's just crazy. Jaffa, Arteta has absolutely no excuses anymore. He's a puppet and a muppet. Sorry, that was a cheap shot, but he is. Aston, well. Welcome back. What do you think about that one, eh? I would give Emery a pass for losing to City with a red card from Xhaka. No, fans wouldn't. They absolutely wouldn't. Do you think that result would have been different if Xhaka was on the pitch, Aston? For real? There's no way. Come on. We are delusional. When are the Arteta supporters going to wake up and smell the tapas? That result wouldn't have been the same if Xhaka had stayed on the pitch. It's unbelievable to me. They were already up 2-0. Olwain, there's no progress. Arteta needs to go. Aston's follow-up. Not much better, no, because City is the best team in the world. No, they're not. Chelsea are the champions of Europe. City are the champions of England. They are not the best team in the world. And you know what? They're a small club doing great big things. They're becoming a big club. You're talking about a team that was in League 2 15, 20 years ago? I don't know. They have owners that have backed every single manager. And you want to know about fans turning their nose up at the Qatari group? You know what? Look at where your shit's made. Billionaires don't always do good things. And I have issues with some of this stuff, big time. But if you want your football club to move ahead and move forward, it needs gutting and rebuilding. Pete, Sophie, this is Arteta's team. He's put this group together. How possibly can anybody blame the players when they are Arteta's? Exactly. 660 of you in live chat right now. Thanks so much for joining. Keep your comments coming. Well, we'll see what Kevin says, 1984. On Monday, we have Harry Symeou and Dan Potts on. And now the rhetoric here is going to be even worse. This is where we get completely slandered. Because we spent 135 million, all right? He's played 17 million for a talented player like Lokonga, benches him against City. Mari's his player, Cedric's his player, Odegaard's his player, Lokonga, Tavares. This is his team now. Of course he shouldn't be playing. What's this here? Trinidad gunner Arteta should save himself the trouble and give up his job. He won't. His ego is too big. Sophie, with all of our money spent, how much of that was to improve the first 11? Ben White and nobody. Lokonga improves us. Lokonga improves us in midfield. He does. But you saw what happened today. As soon as Partey comes back, it's Partey and Xhaka. That's going to be the partnership. He's a soul killer. 19 passes in the final third. 19. People turning their noses up at Graham Potter and managers like Sean Dyche and, you know, all that. We're such snobs. We're not that team we used to be. Why would Graham Potter leave Brighton to come to Arsenal right now? Why would Sean Dyche leave Burnley to come to Arsenal? I'm not saying these players are the solution, but They spent 135 million. And you know what? You fans out there that didn't want European football, bang. Here we are. Can't attract top players without European football. We were able to attract Oba and Laka and Gabriel and Thomas Partey and Kieran Tierney and Pepe when we had European football, Europa League, a vehicle perhaps back into the Champions League. You don't have European football, very few players want to come to play for you. And if they do, they're looking for an opportunity. They're younger, like the Lokonga, the Tavares, and the Ben Whites of the world. Mo, no top manager would take this job with these owners in place. No, 100%. 100%. And John, I read the stat out. Lowest possession percentage for Arsenal in the Premier League era. Another record for Arteta. You know what I said on the show? Thank you, Donald. He won that FA Cup with Emery's team. We won that FA Cup despite him, not because of him. Oba was playing really well, Laka, Pepe. We had players that he's gotten rid of that were actually probably better for the club based on what we know now and what we have now. Relax, we are going to be all right. I'm tired of relaxing and I'm tired of people saying we're going to be all right. We've been saying we're going to be all right for 10 years and we're not. And every single year we regress one more step down. We are at rock bottom and nobody is smart enough at the club, has the brains at the club to figure out how to fix this. Our away fans were fantastic today. Fantastic. They should get their money back. Half of it, because cheering City's fourth goal, that's embarrassing. Hi, Matty. We've played 3 games. It's not nice to lose 3 at the start. We will still come 7th, 8th. We aren't getting any higher than that. How do you know that? With this manager? No, we're not. With this manager? He's killing the team spirit. You think we're going to climb up the table? I wouldn't give him or Edu 1 more cent to spend. No, don't give them any more money. Why would you? Is Righty calling Arteta out? That's good to hear because it's time. And I would say the same thing to Kevin. It's time. It is time. And all this excuse about, oh, we don't have... Stop with the spending. Leicester won the Premier League with Claudio Ranieri and Wes Morgan in defence. Yes, they had Vardy and Mahrez, and they had a really good midfield in Kante and Drinkwater. But are you telling me on paper Leicester City even that year were better than us? No. We've got no winning culture. We've got no DNA anymore. We're like in the morgue. We're dead. Only new energy can revive this team. Right. Let's see. What else have we got here? Arteta is working so hard to get Kroenke to sell the club, and this is the only way to do it. Play like a 3rd division team. Well, lack of accountability, correct. He won't beat Norwich. Akindele, how's it going? Why did he not play Lokonga? Exactly. The only midfielder built to play against the Guardiola team that was literally sabotage, final straw, just a stupid manager. Paul D, I've said it on here week after week for 12 months. The coaches are crap. Yep. I said that at the very top of the show, Paul. They look clueless on the sidelines. Get rid of them all. They do not deserve to be employed by the Arsenal Football Club. And you know what? Kroenkes are garbage owners. We've got a garbage manager. We've got a garbage coaching staff, okay, right now. And we've got garbage players. I'm sorry. That is the truth. My truth. It might not be your truth, but it's my truth. Eddie Howe as caretaker, Graham Potter in the summer, replace Adu ASAP. I don't know if it's going to happen. Do you guys honestly think that we will sack him before the Norwich game? I'm trying to keep up with all your comments. Do you think we'll sack him before the Norwich game? We do need a garbage disposal. Boom. There's no leadership. There's none. Xhaka's supposed to be the leader. Arteta told you that 2.5 weeks ago. I never wanted him to go. He's exactly the type of player we need at this club, represents this club. Really? I mean, do you even trust anything that comes out of his mouth now? We're not going to change anything. Mark totally agrees. I hope we sack him tonight. SJ wants him sacked today. Sahil says he'll be surprised. Come on, you Gunners. He'll be gone after Spurs. You know why he'll be gone after Spurs? And here's, well, if he makes it that far, crikey. We could get to the Spurs game with 1 point. I tell you, Norwich are about our level right now. That is not a guaranteed 3 points. We could have a big fat Eurovision Song Contest type nil point by the time we get to the North London derby. Ridiculous. Why would Antonio Conte come to Arsenal, everyone? Why? He has got no interest in coming to Arsenal. He's going to sit back and wait. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fails with this United team having Ronaldo, Conte will be their first phone call. He's waiting for that kind of gig. He's not coming to the Arsenal. Our speed now is Eddie Howe. Come in. You know what? He did a good job at Bournemouth. Took them up division by division. That is our speed. Sack Vinay as well. Sack them all. I predicted... Well, let's not go back and look at that. I'll tell you on Monday. I have it written down. It was way too ambitious. Let's just say that. Way too ambitious. Anyway, I don't know what else to say, guys. Do you guys want to... We'll say it all on Monday. I'm going to watch... You know what? I'm going to watch the game again. I always do before the Monday show. Call me a glutton for punishment. But this is the type of game where you don't dissect the tactics, in my opinion. You don't look at... We were just... it's a waste of time. We don't have a plan A, so how can we have a plan B in games? How? He chose Xhaka. He chose Cedric. He chose Mari. He chooses Chambers. He chooses Kolasinac. He chooses Holding. He chooses El Neni. Many Arsenal fans would rather lose with a few under-23 players right now than the same garbage we have been seeing over and over again. We are in trouble if we keep this manager. And I don't want to check Ozil's tweet. He can piss off as well. Sucked the club dry, ruined the atmosphere in the changing room, developed his little clique in his PR machine, and we let all of that happen. All of it. 35 million for Mustafi, 35 million for Xhaka, giving Kolasinac 100 grand a week, giving Sokratis 100 grand a week, and then selling them all for nothing. You know why? Because they're garbage. Nobody wanted them. Here you go. Take them off our plate. Absolute garbage. It is the word of the day. You remember that old toilet paper word of the day? Toilet paper? Garbage. Garbage. There's another word too with the toilet paper. It rhymes with fit. Listen, I'm telling you now, I try to be positive. I really looked at this and I said, you know what? I would feel this way. I don't care about the party, Gabriel coming back and it's him. What's he going to do different? Said I wasn't going to go supersonic, but it's really hard not to. So, you know what? We'll leave it till Monday now. I'm going to go have a Bloody Mary probably. Andy? No. I feel sorry for Partey. Cyrus, you're right. Any other club would have sacked Arteta after finishing 8th. He's ruining the young talent in the team, 100%. He's ruining Tierney. Joke FC's right. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Do you remember when we used to be able to like tease opposing fans? Do you remember when we would even banter people before the game just because we knew we were that good? Yes, we should blame Edu as well. 100%. We are a shambles, Amir. It's pathetic. Let's have a look here. I want to put some of your comments up. You've been so good. Love you too, Eric. Straight vodka, no mix. Love that. Hendon, it's not going to happen. If it happens, I'll do a dare. Some type of dare. But it ain't happening. I'll buy the drinks. Yes, the manner in which we lost to Villarreal, the manner in which we lost to Aston Villa twice last season, Wolves, Burnley. It's not, we can't beat those teams, let alone compete against Chelsea and Man City. It's pathetic. Cecil, Sophie, Arteta is reducing Arsenal Football Club to a platform where mediocre individuals can come and try their hand in coaching and use it and playing as well. Well said. Well said. Look, whatever you do this weekend, just, you know, it's hard. It's really tough to be a fan right now. It's really hard. And all I can say is take a deep breath and learn. If you're not a patient person, try and read a manual over the weekend to help yourself. And you're right, Emery got sacked for less than this. London is blue. I love how opposing fans enjoy our show. It's fantastic. I'm blaming all of them. At the beginning, I put up a picture of the Three Stooges. Do you want to see it? There we go. These three. What do they know about running a football club? What have we seen from them that gives us a novice managing director, a novice manager, and a novice director of football? Bad. Get them out. Frauds, as our good friend Hugh Wizzy would say. Who's going to go to the next home game? Why would fans go? I understand that, you know, yes, support the players. I feel bad for the players. Some of them. Not the ones I've called out. And Emery is looking like a genius. And Matthew, you're not the only one. Plenty of Arsenal fans I know, people in my life, that their kids don't want to be Arsenal fans. Why would they? Listen, when I'm done here, and I'm done, go over to Magic Mike's Gooner podcast. He's got his open mic where you can all go in and talk about the match. And yeah, you can carry on the therapy session over there with Magic Mike. He'll crack a couple jokes, probably bad ones, try and make you laugh. Yes, I'm actually doing a show on Sunday, you guys. I'm starting to host a show on Lee's channel, Lee Judges, and the premiere will be on Sunday. So look out for that. I will be on there. And when I am a guest on these other channels, I always speak my mind and my truth. And my truth right now is that if we don't change something at our club, we are doomed this season. It is not. Listen, we are not immune to relegation. Go ask Villa fans, Forest fans, Leeds fans. This is dangerous, really dangerous. And it needs to change, and it needs to change really quickly. Okay, good, Mike. No one is. Right. We do need a proven manager. Have stopped watching Arsenal games, says Darlington. Such a waste of... And it's tough. The club needs leadership. Yep. I would. Try Overmars. Why not? Bring them in. Bring them all in. I would love to get a meeting with the Cronkies. I would just love. Give me 5 minutes with them. 5 minutes. Terrible. Right. Listen, guys, you stay safe. You stay sound. I was only supposed to come on for 15 minutes, but there were so many of you in live chat. I wanted to make sure that I put up as many of your comments as possible. Look, we love our club. That's why we're upset. But it's time to just stop on this trust the process. It's time to stop on all of this nonsense about give him time. It's just time to stop the madness, please. There's got to be a manager out there that can come in and inspire these players and drop the players that have been garbage for the last few years. Love you all. I will see you on Monday's show with Super Kevin Campbell, Harry Symeou and Dan Potts. Bring the popcorn because I'm sure there'll be fire. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And you know what? No matter what, up the Arsenal. Hard to say.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.